Let's play. What's up, guys? Mars here with episode. What is this? 53? Yeah, 53 of Minecraft Let's Play series. You can tell I'm so organized. I know what I'm doing. I got this. It's what? It's been a long. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, something like that. Bare naked ladies. Anyway, it's been a while. Since I have made a video of sorts. I have been really busy with people, with family, with life. So don't be overly pissed off at me. This is going to be slightly a shorter video for a couple of reasons. One of the main one being, actually, I was supposed to go for something. Main one being that um, it's kind of an update. It's kind of like, what's up? I haven't done a lot in this world. I've played a lot of Minecraft on the Xbox, but not here. I've adopted the practice of whenever I'm talking to somebody specific, I will make a Minecraft world and see how far I get. So, this is my true form, that little thing you see up there. That's from Frieza. That's from Dragon Ball Z, which is... Most of you guys probably know what that is, actually. I know Snowy does, I know Yum does, and I know Jumbo does. I think that's it. Out of all the people that watch these videos, probably only those three people. Um, and Dragon Ball Z, if you guys don't know, it's, how do I describe it? It's Japanese. So that just has a whole another stereotype right there. Um, and it's just, I don't really know the whole story behind it, so I won't go into much detail about it. But I did have the video game. I had Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. What does that mean? No idea. I feel like Charlie Sheen. What does that mean, you wonder? I don't know. Um, and for those of you who don't know, Charlie Sheen was on Two and a Half Men until a few years ago, where he got into some serious alcohol situaciones. Spanish for situations. No, it's not. Don't do that. I'm just going through sort of what we have here. I'm going to remove all this stuff, actually, from the battle pyramid of sorts. I haven't really done much with this since I built it. I'm going to move it back into the main house. Sorry this is going slow. My computer is retarded. Half retarded. No. No, it's been diagnosed with several mental problems. Never mind. So it is fully retarded. It has evolved into full retardation. Um, so yeah, so that's why it's going really slowly. I've been trying to figure out why, but I can't. You notice I'm on the lowest. This is really bad. I'm on the lowest rendering distance. Actually, I think I know why. I'm on the lowest rendering distance, and it's still slow. So, I'll try to figure that out. Of course, I'm still trying to get new series out. We had a long weekend recently where I did a lot of talking with certain people. Not a lot of working on this though. When you get because I've gotten really busy recently, and you know, in the famous words of Ray William Johnson, when you get busy, you begin to neglect things. I don't want to feel like I don't want to make you feel like I'm neglecting you, but that's what's happening. I'm sorry, or should I say sorry? That's just kind of what happens when people get busy. I don't mean to neglect things. It's really bad. Just trying to think, what have I done over the whole long break that we had? Not that much. I was gonna sort of walk around and go to the recent buildings that I built, and just sort of walk and talk a little bit and sort of get back into the swing of things for the new episode on Monday. Next week we'll probably be releasing a new series, hopefully. I realize that you guys don't mind what games I play as long as I make it entertaining, which leaves Just Cause 2, a game I mentioned before, to just be the wild card. That's gonna be a lot of fun because you can do basically whatever the hell you want in that game. It's really nice. Hell is not a swear word, as far as I know. In some cultures, it is, but then again, in some cultures, everything's a swear word. Speaking of cultures, in AP Comparative Government, we started Nigeria today. That's a fun country. I went over the whole project, I think, the AP Comparative Government project. I think I went over that a few episodes ago. And so I'm going to try to pick the Sharia law stuff because it applies to my religion a little bit too. Jews obviously being persecuted throughout that country by, you know, the thousands. Islamic and Jewish, I guess rivalries, but tensions have been very rampant in that particular area of the world. Nigeria is sort of out of the Middle East, but it's still affected by those laws. So I figured it would be a nice segue into all the ISIS stuff, and that's always fun to talk about. Because they've just sort of been... It's really interesting. So the most recent stuff that I've heard about been happening is that they've killed 21 Christians, which the mainstream media did not report on. That was the best part of that whole thing. CNN, the Communist News Network, and MSNBC, basically the same thing, did kind of ignored that. They just said a couple murders. They didn't mention the religion. Our president has also sort of ignored that little snag, as Professor Dumbledore would put it, and has ignored the religious connections with the situations that happen. And that's never good. That's never good when the leader of the free world ignores the reasoning behind murders. But of course, we all know why he does that. That's a whole other discussion. Um, let's see, what else is there? There was the murder of three Muslim students at UNC Chapel Hill. That was a weird thing. I was in class, macroeconomics. We were on like these little laptops called Chromebooks. I don't know if you guys have used them or not. In your school or in your classes or just at home. Maybe you have a Chromebook at home. Unlucky for you. Good old Google. But the whole thing with that was I looked up on good old Infowars about just news and stuff, and I came across that article. Not 5 minutes later, a kid in the class goes, "Hey, did you hear about this?" Like, it was really weird to me how quickly that happened. I'm going down this hole here. I'm not sure. How far does this go? I love that I dug this and I don't know. Oh, it goes into the. Oh, yeah. I built a little passageway into my own little space. Yeah, this was really fun to do. I really liked working on this whole little mountain project. Oh, wow. Almost only 7 minutes in. Wow. Okay, this is fun. Let's see. Getting away from the news a little bit, I have a feeling that I don't want to talk about ISIS all the time. But again, that project will help me, understand ISIS a little bit better, understand how Sharia and Sunni law play into sort of their roles in those countries. And it's always really interesting to study. It's interesting to study sort of the ethnic cleavages in different countries and countries around the world. Nigeria is definitely one of those where, and just about all of Africa in general, I think my teacher said there's over 200 official languages in Africa. To put that into perspective, there are like five in North America. Yes, North America only has two countries, or well, technically three, but according to NAFTA, that's three. Um, but yeah, it's very very interesting the cultural diversity. I'm getting shot at by a skeleton. Run away! Um, quickly, 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 running, running, running. We're gonna sound like a boost from Red vs. Blue over here. I don't remember what episode it's from. Anyway, school life, school stuff. Yeah, we had a whole bunch of. We live in the South, so whenever we get like an inch of snow or any cold weather whatsoever, we flip tables and whatnot. So we got like 2 days off of school that we shouldn't have had, which are coming out of next month. Because you know how February is weird and it's 28 days, so exactly 4 weeks? Yeah, so if you have Friday the 13th in February or Friday the 13th in March, so that's why we're getting those days off. We don't get those days off anymore because of those snow days. We had like almost a whole week off and the delays. So we literally had about 8 hours of school this week. It's pretty solid. Most teachers couldn't do what they want to do, like tests and stuff, because we wouldn't have enough time to complete them. So that was good. I have until that was a little bit of a weird noise. Until Tuesday. Tuesday for my AP comparative government test and health test. Gotta study for that health test. No. God, that class is annoying. I could talk about people in there specifically, but I don't want to mention names. Actually, I will mention one person. Let's call her Dumb Blonde Girl. So, Dumb Blonde Girl is one of the most annoying people you'll ever meet. Um, Again, she's a freshman, so it kind of fits. She fits all freshman stereotypes. Like if you think of like back to high school, or if you're in middle school, just think of like a really annoying, loud, and obnoxious sixth grader. There you go. She starts singing in class. She starts singing very obnoxiously, where everyone can hear her, and we're all trying to do like group work and stuff. Then there's another girl. Let's call this girl Stupid Black Girl. So Stupid Black Girl, she asks all these dumb questions. Now she's not a stereotypical girl for that race. She's not exceptionally rude about different things. She does respect other people in authority, whereas the stereotypical version of that race doesn't as much. I'm not trying to be generalistic or anything like that. It's just in my experience, that's what's happened. So I'm trying to sort of summarize and describe people without using names mostly. As you guys have already been able to tell, I usually avoid using people's names simply because either I don't have their consent or I don't want to like point fingers at them or something. So that's what that logic is. But yeah, no, she just asks the dumbest questions usually. Like the teacher will say, "This is due this day," and she'll be like, "When is this due?" Like on cue, right after the teacher says it. That it does get to me a little bit. I think it goes along with one of my pet peeves, which is I hate when people tell me to do something I already know to do. Marching band was infamous for this. I would know to go to a spot. My section leader would be like, "Go to this spot." It's like I know to do this. It's oh my god. I did see a picture though. Someone sent me a picture a few days ago. Um, it's Fairly Odd Parents. It's I almost said Cosmo. What the hell's that guy's name? Whatever. And Timmy. Timmy is two fairies. Anyway, where it was basically like Wanda was just frustrated because like you guys are idiots. It's like, well, I love you guys, but you're idiots. It's like, but we're your idiots. That's exactly how marching band is. Section leader's the one getting pissed off at everybody saying, I love you, but you're idiots. And we're all like, but we're your idiots. It just describes it so perfectly. That's how it was freshman sophomore year. I think I've talked about that a little bit. Our section leader was probably one of the better ones. And just sort of his whole grade was probably the best grade that the school's ever seen. Anyway, what else was I going to talk about? But talking to particular people a whole lot. The tall German friend, as I like to call her, or Liv for other people. But talking to her a lot. It's always great. We always have really great and in-depth conversations. It's kind of one of those things where it's like you have certain people in your life where you can talk about anything. That's what that is, and it's always nice to have that relationship with somebody. Of course, I have that relationship with multiple people, but it is still a special thing because between me and her, it's like it's a really special thing. Also, I know a lot of German people. It's weird for a Jew to know a lot of German people. Just gonna throw that out there. I've been throwing around like a religion and ethnicity and race a whole lot in this video. I swear I'm not racist, but no, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. That's a really bad sentence to say because whatever you say ends up being like the most racist thing you could ever say in your entire life. So, and I'm not on a race to be racist. Hey. And all of you probably just facepalmed that terrible pun. I will make a video where I make nothing. There we go. I have to reteach myself how to English. Sorry, I laugh at my own jokes sometimes. Oh, this roof's not done. Well, I need to finish that at some point. Again, I'm just walking around, just reviewing. Um, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. I make very interesting friends as I don't know. People just find me comforting, so that's good. That's as I've described many times in these videos. That's what I'm here for. I'm sort of here to be able to be the comfort where no one else can be it, and I've sort of successfully been that for a lot of people. I'm really happy that I could play that role in their life, and all of that. Oh, on the Minecraft on the Xbox, I actually have it up right now. I was gonna play it, but then I was like, I need to film a video. It says cooler than Spock, which Spock is from Star Trek. Got it. Never seen Star Trek, Star Wars, or Lord of the Rings, but I can still remember that. And then most people of my generation are like, what? You never? I don't know. That and The Matrix. It's just like I'm not a big movie guy. If you guys have watched these videos by now, you've probably been able to tell I'm a video game guy. So I know what Doom is, for example. I know what Mortal Kombat is. I know what fatality means and all of that. But I'm not a big movie guy. I'm sorry. Just not my forte. Um, but I'm willing to watch movies with people, so that's okay. I'm being open-minded and whatnot. As I always say on this series, is to be very open-minded about stuff. Because if you're not, then you end up getting into arguments with people, and that's just not good. I was talking to someone's parents about a week ago about Keynesian versus Hayek economic ideals. So basically, spending versus saving, essentially, for lack of a better, for clear, simplified clarity. And she was a Keynesian model. She approved of the Keynesian model, and I approved of the Hayek model. Keynesian was spend in recessions to stimulate the economy, And Hayek was, I feel like I've said all this before. Maybe I haven't. Hayek was save, make sure that, no, not a lot of government control and stuff. Still trying to work through the road to serfdom, which is Hayek's book. You should definitely read that if you want to. I still need to get to a whole bunch of other books as well. I have a long reading list, but thanks to certain people, I'm not able to finish that list all the time. So, but hey, I'm not complaining. So now we've reached sort of the final little area. This is the little house we made in the middle of like a desert hill thing. I don't know. You can tell I'm really resourceful with all of this stuff. So I've got some bonus, blah, some random stuff here, basically, for lack of a better phrase. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave my regular stone here. I'll take my cobblestone, and yeah, I'm gonna grab this steak actually, right out of here, pop it in there, and nom 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 that up. It's like the num 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 song. If you haven't seen that, go YouTube it. Hairy grip, something like that. It's literally cute animals eating vegetable shit. How could you not love that? I apologize for the curse word. To like the one person who cares. That one person's important, but the one person. And also, again, I've wanted to sort of expand the viewer base of this series, so not swearing is a good way to do that. It's weird. I've mentioned this series to like a couple of my teachers, and the teachers have been talking about it. I got approached by one of them a few days ago, and Liv was with me when this happened, and my teacher was just like, "So, I heard you do the YouTube stuff with Minecraft and whatnot." That's not exactly how she said it, but that's how, like teenage me translates it. And she had heard it from the forensics teacher that I used to talk about. I don't talk about it that much anymore because I don't have forensics anymore. I do go see him from time to time though. I do still want to spend lunch with him though. That was probably one of the more rewarding lunch periods, I think, just because the amount of knowledge that he had, it was sort of via osmosis, was able to get into my brain. Did it stay there for very long? No, but it was there, so that's good. Um, and just in general, it was good to be around someone who was intelligent, was smart. He's like 60 something now, so he's going to be retiring in like 3 or 4 years. Like when he reaches that day of retirement, he's gonna be like, "What in the world do I do now?" Because he's basically done everything imaginable. Like you look at his he's done like 20 something different things. So teaching was basically his last thing. Like that was how he was gonna spend the last few years of his working life as teaching. Given how difficult it is to actually teach what you want to teach, and given how difficult it is to fire a public school teacher, that's pretty safe. That's a pretty safe bet. It's almost impossible to fire a public school teacher unless you accuse them of sexual stuff. I perfect, perfect freaking segue. One of my teachers, my first block teacher, I'm not gonna mention his name. Obviously, this is for a class called Contemporary Law and Justice. I'm not gonna mention the teacher's name. Knowing him, he'd want to keep it confidential. But this was a question he posed to me personally in front of the whole class. He's really big about class participation. He really keeps kids' attention, and that's really good. He literally just asked me, "So, what is the quickest way to get a teacher fired, or how would I be able to do that?" Unfortunately, I had the answer, and it came to me immediately because I had read John Stoss's book, Myths, Lies, and Downright Stupidity. That's where I got the answer. That's from like 2005. Anything sexual. A male teacher is in the room alone with a female student for like more than 10 seconds, they probably could have just lost their job. That's how it works. It sucks, but that's how it works. The courts are just that sensitive. You know? And if you find, as he puts it, if you find a good enough lawyer, you can do whatever you want. I am going really slow on this boardwalk. This is like it's taking forever. This is really bad. We're almost up to 20 minutes here. That is pretty surprising. Again, this has just been sort of a review video, like, what's up? I'm not dead yet. Knowing the government, they're gonna wanna incarcerate me probably. That's another thing. One of my teachers had a very interesting quote. How we deal with prisons and like our inmates and whatnot is the civil rights issue of the 21st century. It's a really interesting thing for him to say. He said a lot of other very interesting things too. Another thing that he said was that the U.S. isn't very good at many things, but what we are good at is freaking agriculture. Pew! We supply so much food to everything else. We were the guys that supplied North Korea with 450 billion tons of food. America! Like, we dropped that on them like, America! Um, and then they went ahead and built nuclear weapons anyway. So, hey! That was their promise. That was like, oh, we're going to give you food. In exchange, you'll stop your nuclear weapons program. A few months later, they start building nuclear weapons. So, it's like Iran Part 2. Or, sorry, it's not Iran. It's Iran. My apologies. Because that does offend some people. I met someone already who was offended when people say Iran instead of Iran. So I'm trying not to say Iran. I don't know why the people call it Iran. It sounds like an insult. Iran is just a much more sort of mature way of saying it, I guess. Um, it's kind of like about and a boot all. It's kind of like about and a boot all over again. I'm trying that again. But I do want to respect people and sort of what they believe. Speaking of respecting people what they believe, Obamacare, calling that, I usually call it the Affordable Health Care Act. Simply because I actually asked someone who was on the left, does it offend you when people call it Obamacare? And they said yes. That's what I had assumed. So that's why I will always refer to it as the Affordable Health Care Act. I'm not going to talk about it today. There hasn't been much in the news about it actually. People are kind of hushed up about it a little bit. I wonder if that's just by choice, or if the government stepped in and censored some of the media. That was the ISIS thing. They were going to censor tweets from ISIS. And basically that was going to be an excuse to start censoring all of Twitter. Which, if you've been keeping up with the internet, that's the main social media for political things. So, yeah. With that, we've come to about 21 and a half minutes in the video. I don't want to end it on you guys, but I kind of have to. So, with that, hope you guys have an amazing Friday. It's the end of the week. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, I will see you back on Monday, not only with this, but with other series as well. And I just hope that this channel will soon expand into bigger and greater things. Minecraft is obviously not the best thing I could do, but it's a nice start. It's a nice sort of foot in the door, and allows me to really be creative. I could also set up a series on the Xbox. Who knows? I've always had the dream of, the Xbox worlds are limited, of controlling the entire world on the Xbox version. Digging everything out, chopping every tree down, digging all the minerals out, and just sort of really humanizing the entire world. Does that sound impossible? Yes. Can it be done? Probably. With like at least 100 hours of work, which I'll film. That's the secret to it though, is that I will film it all. You guys can watch me be an idiot, basically, because you guys know I don't take myself very seriously. But some people say I should. Some people say that I'm greater than I think I am. All that stuff. I'm just a normal person who happens to have amazing people in his life. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching episode 53, hopefully, of my Minecraft Let's Play series. Thank you guys for being patient. I know a lot of you do wait eagerly for these videos. And I'm sorry I haven't been uploading them. I've tried to work up the courage to do one of those vlogs that I said I was going to do. I just can't do it yet. I don't know what it is. I'll get to it eventually. I'll be able to work up the courage eventually. But as of right now, I can't. So I did sort of want to verbally apologize for that. And yeah, so with that, have a great day, night, weekend. I'm so slow today. Month, year, decade, century, millennia, era, eon, aliens in the future, and all that jazz. Or I could just say, yeah. I'm just gonna go with that. Let's stop.